I don't know how to get on the gas. I don't know how to have that trust in those tires. And I always do better when I have someone pulling me.
Okay.
So it's just...
I mean, it makes sense. It does make sense.
You know, I've got the lines. It's not that I have any issue there. I need a little work in my body position. On this bike, this is the third time I've been on this bike, third Trackdayz. So the feel is a little different.
Gotcha.
So I admit I'm not moving off the seat as much as I need to.
Like I said, it's all in your head, and you kind of know that already. So yeah.
But it's just getting on that rock. And it's here, and I just need that.
That carrot.
I just need
that carrot.
Yeah.
That carrot dangling.
So I just need somebody in front of me that's just going to push me that extra little bit. You know, take me to, carry a little longer, break a little later, going into one.
Gotcha.
You know, same with Jennings. You know, I'm off the throttle coming across start finish. Are you kidding? Who does that? See? Yeah. Don't make that face.
My bad.
So it's just to have a little bit of extra confidence. I know I can do it. It's because I've been out there helping
others
that I forget about myself.
At least your fiance doesn't do that. Be happy about that.
Oh, I am. Oh my gosh.
I don't know if you noticed that I'm already recording you already. So this is gonna be the behind the scenes stuff. So we're gonna work on that later on. But I mean, if I tell everybody, it's like if you need me, all you gotta do is let me know. With CJ today, it almost felt like I was taking the reins. Not to say more than he was, because like I said, this is his event. If he doesn't want, hey, no, then he would say that. He's like, no, I got this. Don't worry about it. Go about your business.
Right.
So I wasn't able to do what I guess what you wanted me to do. And what I want to do is, like I said, definitely help whoever I can out. And there's not to say there's always next time, but I mean, we just got to work something out. That's what I told you before. It's like, let me know what you want me to do, how you want me to do it, and I'll facilitate it. If I can't facilitate it, I'll definitely let you know. I was like, maybe I'm a little bit out of my comfort zone. But I mean, that's fine. I'm waiting for one of my friends will actually come back over here. He's supposed to be getting I'm not sure if he's getting his wife or not. But I know he's supposed to be coming back because he wants to do a track walk also.
Oh, okay. That was awesome. I mean, it's such a big help. I know Sonia and I, we were like trying to soak up too much.
Right.
And this morning she was like, how am I going to remember all that? And same with Alicia. And I just said, pick 2 turns. That's all I want you to do.
And work on that.
He gave us so much information. This is fantastic. But I want you to forget everything he said. He said 2 turns.
Yeah.
And so because I didn't want to keep the pressure on them
to
try to remember all that.
Yeah.
And so I think that helped them out. And by the end, definitely they built up speed. And even myself learning a few things. So it was, dang it, kept hitting that in 3.
Because remember, you're going right. You're going right.
I swear, and it's not even that I was looking at it. It was just coming to where I was setting up, and every single time my bike was
literally right when you're setting the bike up for the turn, that's when you should hit that strip. That's when you hit that double bump up. That's exactly where you should hit it. Because if you notice, right when you hit that box is over there on the right.
Yes.
And I told you, like, I didn't even notice that until you guys pointed that out to me. I never saw that. And I was just like, what little box are you talking about? Someone said, that one right there in turn 3. What? So literally, and you find yourself gravitating right towards that apex, whether you hit it hard or even if you hit it soft and you ride the line, you're still there.
It was mentally throwing me off. So little things like that, that just comes with, that'll go away with more seat time. That's all it is.
And because you're saying that the bump is so abrupt, you may want to soften up your preload just a click.
Absolutely.
Just a click.
We realized it this weekend that this bike. It's set up for a 190-pound guy.
Way hard, way too hard, way too hard.
If you notice, the bike is not in a camper. It's with Eric. He's taking it back.
Yeah.
So he's gonna do my. It was also misfiring, so I'm gonna change start place and get that done. But the problem is, I love coaching so much, and it's not. I mean, there are so many better riders than me, but I love taking, like Adam, for example, took him off the street, and now look at his third track day, and he gets bumped up. I can't keep up with him. That's fantastic. I love it. And I like to take those new riders that don't have that confidence and build them up. It's all about attitude.
Yeah.
You know, you can just pat somebody, just give them a look, and do it with a smile.
And it goes a long way.
It goes a long way, and they come back. And I love when somebody sees me later and they're like, God, it was because of you. It was because of what you said. You know, you got me out there. And now they're all passing me because I'm so busy focusing on them that I'm not focusing on myself.
Believe it or not, it's normal. Believe it or not, and I almost started to say it's normal. And what a couple of people have told me before, when I first was thinking about coaching 2011, 2012, they told me usually that's the reason why they have that rotation with expert, intermediate, and novice. When you go out, whether an expert or intermediate, you do your pace, what you want to do, so that when you do have to slow down for the novice guys, it's kind of like, okay, I can do this now. Now I can focus on them. And then once you're finished with that, take a little bit of a break, go back out there and hold them out.
That is what my plan is. That's my intention always, to run double sessions, except that I don't have a training program. I work full time. I have a house, fiance, 4 dogs, school. I would love to have some sort of workout program. I would love to start running. I need to condition myself and get my stamina up so I can run double sessions. Before my surgery, I was. I could totally do that. But I'm old. I'm old, so.
Sorry to say we ain't getting any younger,
No.
but I mean, start today.
I know.
Start tomorrow. Start now.
Start as soon as I finish my 8-page paper that's due at midnight. So it's the balance of work life and trying to have.
Believe it or not to say that your plight is small by nothing by far, but I talked with Ryan Cretu. I don't know if you heard about him.
No.
Cretu that goes out to not the Isle of Man, but he actually goes out to not to Sepang. It's like a once a year race that they actually do out in like the Philippines somewhere. And it's losing me right now, which I hate because I'm getting old. But long story short, he still has a day job. He still races Moto America. He still travels, and he's got like a whole bunch of things on his plate, but he still has time to do that.
Right.
So I mean,
not have a significant other. No.
I think he does. I don't know. Like I said,
does not race or ride. No.
I don't know.
I should say she must race or ride.
Because that's the only way you're really going to be able to relate to that.
Yes.
And I'm going to talk with him a little bit later on, but I didn't know that because he actually invited me because he actually works in Michigan.
Okay.
Out of a dealership. And I'm just like, how are you getting all the way over here, there, yada, yada, yada. I was like, aren't you still doing the other race? He's like, yeah. I'm just kind of like, are you flipping serious? And then I'm just like, dude, I would love to do that. I would just love to go out there and just help you out for the weekend. And he was like, dude, come on. I got a spare bedroom. Come on out. And I'm just like, I really don't think my wife would like that too much. But I mean, like I said, he's an average, regular person like you and me. So I mean, we can do it. If he can do it,
Done.
and if you can do it, we can do it.
It can be done. I'm so blessed to be invited to be a coach for two organizations. Not just with Legacy, but with Southern Trackdayz. And it's just been an amazing journey for me.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm just having a blast. Love it. Absolutely love it. So if I could go a little step further, but I need to work on some basics too. Everybody does. There's no,
Everybody wanders from the basics. It's not that you don't have it or they're not there. Lots of times you just forget about them or you just do X, Y, and Z because, like you said, you're focusing on something else, not what you're trying to do. Even today, actually, when I jumped on your spare bike,
You did?
yeah, I jumped on it.
Oh, did they tell you it was standard? Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
I had to
That's
switch
fine.
it. It's normally GP, but it's.
It's fine. No, it's fine. I've learned from Matt Mladen.
Okay.
I learned from Matt Mladen. So when I actually went out there, that's why I was asking was what's her name husband? Sonia's husband. Gio. Because he actually caught up to me. Obviously, he's with a brand new R1.
Yeah.
So he actually caught up to me, and I told him to pass because I didn't know who he was. At first, I just saw a bike there. And I was kind of like, go, go, go. And then I had to look back again. Then I saw Gio. I was kind of like, and he waved me to continue on. And I was kind of like, okay, Gio, fine. I know he can keep up. If he need to pass me, I know he can. So it's kind of, okay, just stay my line. So that's exactly like this. Stay your line. Okay, boom. And I just kept on, and I just went. So this is actually in 7th. So we get to 7, do all that happy horse stuff, and I'm trying to get into my groove. But I don't want to break anybody's bike. But I'm definitely trying to okay, you should be able to break a little bit later because this is only my second lap.
Okay.
And those are street tires, so it takes about 2 laps roughly to get them warmed up. So I was actually pretty surprised about it. But the last time I actually went around, I was almost at full lean angle. I couldn't get to full lean angle because I was on the edge of the tire. I'm used to running Dunlops. So I have all that edge grip.
Right.
So I'm coming into one, scrubbing speed off, feeling kind of good. Front's a little bit shaky. It's kind of, okay, that's manageable. It's just just don't do anything stupid, and you won't land on your head. So I'm coming out of 2 at my normal drop points. It's just, back end is just stepping out. Back end is just stepping out. It's kind of okay, let's just manage this.
Oh my God.
Turn 3, get on it, flip it over, pushed wide a little bit. Only got pushed wide a couple inches. Took care of that. Finished off my drive, stepping over a little bit. So I had
because I would have wanted to get a picture.
It was really, like I said, I haven't been on DOT tires in forever.
But you know what? I'm actually impressed. I love those on street track tires.
Right. Get them up, boom, and go.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never had any problems with them.
Like I said, for me, I was pleasantly surprised that I didn't push the front too much.
Okay.
The back end stepped out, but as to be expected, because I didn't think I was that far over. I really didn't think I was that far over. It was kind of like, oh, okay. And I noticed that jumping on your bike, that, like I said, I'm so used to being or adapting myself to CJ's bike that I'm actually able to turn. No, I'm actually able to twist and turn and look through because CJ's tank is a monster.
Big. Oh my gosh.
So I'm kind of like, oh, good Lord. It's kind of like, okay, let's just work with what we got. But I go into to 2, and it's kind of like, oh. So literally, I'm like full in. I'm about to drop. I was literally about to drop in that elbow. I think I actually did. I looked on my leathers and I got some scuff marks like off the dirt. So I'm like literally dropping elbow. And I'm kind of like, oh, this feels so good. It almost feels like my bike, but then his rear starts stepping out on me.
Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me you were leaned over enough on my bike
Yeah,
to have your elbow almost down?
yeah.
Or get your elbow down?
Like I said, if you look at my leathers, you'll see some rub marks on my elbows.
Way to make us feel bad.
I'm not doing that. I'm just taking what I have. I'm utilizing all the tools I have. But it was a joy to be like, wow, because it was so different. The bike was so different. It's kind of like, wow. Even like I said, the regular shifting, no problem. Like I said, because
it was very different from my R6. The first day
Yeah.
I got
Oh,
on
yeah.
it, I freaked a little bit.
From an R6 to a CBR is a big difference.
and I mean, believe it or not, it's well, like I said, because mine isn't a completely built motor.
Yeah, that's stock. The only thing that's aftermarket on that bike is the exhaust.
I had this. I run the same thing when I got my R6, my 2007 and 2009. Only thing I had money for at the time was just an exhaust. I didn't have a Pizzazz on there. Didn't have anything on there. I didn't have suspension on there. Stock suspension, stock everything. So I mean, I was running that for about 2 or 3 years. But believe it or not, I actually got it tuned to my riding style, not just my weight.
Okay.
But I got tuned to my riding style to where in 2010. I wasn't keeping up with them, but I was actually to hold my own with Garrett Gerloff, Jake Lewis.
Yeah.
So yeah, they would be able to catch up to me, or pass me on the outside, or sometimes even on the inside. But I mean, everything was so smooth that we was literally doing the same motion. It was almost like tandem. So even when he's passing me, his and I found out his start points. That's what I said. A lot of those drop points that I was telling you,
Right.
I learned. I not just like learned from them. I made sure that it was like, hey, where are you at here, there, yada yada yada. Where are you entering? Where are you exiting? How far are you coming out? Blah blah. And they're like, oh, I'm going over here. How about over here? Oh yeah, I'll do that. If you get pushed, are you over here? Yeah, but cool beans. I'm on the right path. So I mean.
And that's what helped when you took us out there because we were so close. Other than 2 turns where it was like, okay, that needed the corrections. Other than that, my lines were pretty close to where you were. So
right, yeah.
That was good. I was like, okay, I'm doing something right out there. No.
I mean, like I said, it takes a lot of time and a lot of practice. And even for myself, I had to literally, get used to that. Get used to doing those patterns that I'm so comfortable with now. And even to this day, like I said, for now, I mean, if someone says, hey, can you do this, can you do that? It's kind of like, yeah, no problem. If I want to venture off, like, what was the other guy's name? Jason, Chris, whatever the heck his name was, saying like, oh, no, you got to come over here and do this, yada, yada, yada. Jason. Jonathan, Jason, whatever the heck his name was. And I actually talked to him later on. He actually did take my line, and he didn't want to mention it, but he was quick to be like, yeah, I took your line, and yeah, I like it. It's like, yeah, well, we do the same thing, and it's kind of like, I just took it what it was, kind of like, you know what, thanks, buddy, it's all good. So, what are you doing now?
Oh, I was going to bring that. I know. I'm trying to multitask.
Multitask while we're recording, really? Oh, no. I'm going to surprise her because she's already talking already. Take a seat. Take a seat. What we're going to do is take your full name.
Alicia Connors.
We are at your Trackdayz.
Yep.
Over here, Roebling.
Yep.
This was here
At Roebling.
at Roebling. Never saw track before. Never saw track before.
No, I've been on track before.
Been on this track.
No, not this one.
I said never been on this track before. Never been down here.
Nope.
Beautiful southern Georgia.
I liked it. Fast flowing. Pretty easy track, really.
I don't want to say yeah. Once you get up to speed, you realize if you ever mentioned before, Jason is I have done, you have done, this whole paddock has done. I was actually here.
Nice. Nice.
Not just one. So it's kind of like, when it racing? No. Yourself.
What do you want to know?
Everything. I don't know you. I met you the first time today. I co-coached with you. Is that the proper word? Is that the proper? Co-coached with you today.
Yes, you did.
So.
Hi, my name's Alicia Connors. I'm a track junkie. I have dreams. I have dreams.
I like that.
I have dreams of racing, and I'm working really hard to get there. Yeah, there you go. And I'm working hard to get there.
Extra age, you don't do that.
I wouldn't tell you anyway.
That. But we know you are.
Yes, I'm older.
You are older than 18 years old.
Yeah, I'm older than the average female rider for sure.
So actually, out.
Right now I live in Las Vegas. I'm a flight attendant, so I travel back and forth. And I've been doing a lot of tracks. I don't think I've been on the same track twice. Definitely not this year.
Which is a good thing. Because at the same time and with the different tracks comes different experiences. And
Thunderhill.
Thunderhill, Silver Valley, the name of that one.
Spring Mountain.
Spring Mountain. All of those tracks are designed differently. So as you see with this one here,
Yeah, much different.
way different. Not to say that it's just easy, because as you saw, that walk that we did,
Right.
there's still going to be a right line and possibly a wrong line. So you always going to try to learn what that, not to say a fast line, what the race line is, or if not what the optimal line is. And for me, being here for 6, 7 years, racing here 5 years. No, 2009, yeah. So that was my second race. The first one was in James Florida. So 9 years, almost 9 years experience in this region. I mean, when I tell you it's kind of like, I think I know the race line, I'm going to tell you the truth, and I know a lot. So besides that, how many track days have you done with all your organizations?
I don't know. I didn't count them.
So more than 5.
Yeah. I had a couple of years off because I was sick, but yeah. So I just got back on my bike in the last 6 months. Before that, probably a handful over here on the East Coast.
Have you done any on the West Coast?
Yep, a handful.
All
on it's a new track every time. I haven't been consistent with one track.
I mean, sometimes people would say that's a bad thing. I mean, for me, being a racer, and I guess you can call me a track day junkie myself. If I can go to a track that is kind of like, oh, okay, most of a track I haven't seen, like, oh, I'm down for that. Like, let's go. Long story short, I haven't told you. I haven't told anybody. I went out to a friend of mine from Florida. It's like, hey, I'm heading out to Chicago for a track day called Black Oak Farms.
I've been there. I haven't ridden it, but I've been there.
So he's telling me, yeah, come on with me, yada, 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 and we make things work. So we drove up there. He actually picked me up like 3 o'clock in the morning. Boom, we on the road. So once we get up there, it actually was raining. So I didn't have any rain tires. He didn't have any rain tires. But it's kind of like, okay, we can at least learn the track. You know, for me, he walked the track. He knew the track right. He grew up there. I said, well, for me, learn the track, walk the track, you know, find what the lines are, stuff like that. And then, you know, the next day I'll play around. So I did that. The start was horrible because my pressures were off. Come to find out that the guy who I went with, his tire pressure gauge was all wrong. So I'm in the turns, pushing, sliding all over the place because I either have too much pressure or not enough pressure. So I'm all over the place, pissed off, want the bike to go here. It's like literally like 3 or 4 feet off. Horrible. So I'm like, okay, something's wrong. And on top of that, my engine was overheating, constantly overheating. So I had to fight with that. And when the guys were like, oh, you know, check your cab and check this, check that, yada, yada, yada. Still skyrocket. If I got one thing taken care of, if I got my pressures right, once I got my pressures right, I actually dropped. Uh, if I remember what the guy told me, I dropped 13 seconds in 2 sessions.
Wow.
Because of my tire pressures. So my line actually altered a little bit, but I was actually, remember I talked about that picture, I was actually able to see the different pictures from the track and kind of let it flow. Other guys was doing other lines and stuff like that, but it's kind of like, oh, fine, great Danny. I'm still taking my line. And later on in that session, it's only one day. The first day we got there, I didn't do anything but walk the track. That's it. I didn't do anything at speed. Before lunch, I'm hurting because I had low tire pressures. I lost 13 seconds in 2 sessions after lunch, and then the session before last, before we actually kicked everything, I was somewhere between 2 seconds off the track record. The guy who actually held the track record followed me. He was on a 750 or a 1000 Suzuki. He actually was following me. So when I stopped and I found out he was following me, and I asked him, like, well, do I need to work on anything? He's going, no, just get your butt off before you turn.
Just your butt off.
Before you turn. Because at the time, like I said, this is 2000, maybe 11 or 12. I think it was 11. For me, I was still more of a novice. So I was always downshifting everything. At the same time, I'm shifting off. I wasn't setting myself up before, then downshifting. But I was so used to it that even though I was kind of putting pressure on the bars, I was so used to it. And he told me, he's like, oh, all you got to do is get your butt off. Other than that, he didn't tell me I was going to have 3 seconds off the track record. I found out later on because I didn't have a lap timer or nothing.
That's awesome.
And some guy told me, he's like, you know what your times are? And believe it or not, this was obviously another track day organizer that we won't mention any names. um, but I had issues even with the track day organizers because I had, you know, a fully prepped out race bike, all my stickers and all my logos, all my sponsors, all I have your horse stuff, and people was just, you know, thinking I was a shiznitz, which I really wasn't. It's kind of like, dude, I don't know this track. But the track day organizers, I guess they got a hurt butt because I looked fast. I was kind of like, are you serious?
Oh,
you're break.
Starting beginner. Oh, sorry, did I say that? You can delete that.
I ain't deleting it because they tried to make me do that.
Yeah.
They tried to make me do that, and
they didn't know you, or you weren't with the crowd, the in crowd. They stuck you in beginner.
Yeah. And I told him, I was like, well, I was in beginner before this session, that session. So I've done a couple of track days. It's like, you know, I can learn a track really, really quick. And because I did like a couple other NESBA events before, including here, which they did have me in beginner. And I was kind of like, whatever. So I just, first session, bypassed it, did my normal routines, kind of like whatever. First session, I didn't even worry about it. Second session, oh, you want to coach? No, I'm good. Went out, blew past everybody within the first three turns, first three sessions.
Trackdayz, including Laguna Seca, California Speedway, Streets of Willow, Buttonwillow, NOLA, CMP, New Jersey, VIR. Yeah, because it was my first track day with them. I'm like, okay, I know I'm not the fastest, but you're endangering me. putting me in beginner with a whole bunch of beginners because you don't know me.
Yeah.
Because I'm from the West Coast, not the East Coast. So.
Yeah, I've had to talk to a couple people because of that. And once they kind of saw my pace at a track I didn't know, they had to put me in intermediate. They had to put me in intermediate.
I got bumped too.
And I'm just kind of like,
I was like, thank you.
I was just like, even with the intermediate, I was still passing them in intermediate. I'm passing them. And some people had race licenses, and I'm passing them on a track I didn't see until, I'll say the day before, but at pace that morning.
Right.
So literally after lunch, I'm passing everybody. And one of the guys, scary story, one of the guys is following me, but I know he's following me. And I'm just kind of doing my own thing, doing my pace. And I see some people, the last corner before last, since you've been at Blackhawk,
Yeah.
corner before last, when you're coming that crossing path and you're making that big right sweeper, I see one rider at the exit of that turn. Like I said, I got my eyes up. So I'm in that corner, but I'm looking to the next one. Got my eyes up, see him. Okay, no worries, just one guy. Get out of that corner, I jump that curb, because that's what I do. Shortest path. Right when I get out of there, I see another guy down that straightaway. So I'm kind of like, okay, two guys, no problem. They're still a little bit of distance away. So as I'm going into that short little straightaway, I'm clicking off gears. Because for me, I think that gear is fourth gear, so I'm literally clicking off fifth and sixth. So right when I do that, I notice that one guy turns into two. So now I got to pass four people. And you know where that brake marker is in that short straight is only about halfway into that short little chute. I'm getting on the brakes like a monster. I mean, I could have sworn I did a Dane, but was in it, or did a Westby, or even did a Danny Eslick. My butt's in the air, wagging, tailing. I'm downshifting. I'm just praying to Jesus, just like, hopefully they hear me, because if anybody dives in, it's going to be a bad, bad day. Luckily, I bled off enough speed, and they took a wider line. Whoever they showed them took a wider line, and me being a racer, I'm actually able to take a tighter line. Got on the brakes, took a tight line, cut that guy off. I mean, literally, he was coming in, and same thing like in turn one. You get in that apex. Instead of taking it late and coming around, I'm in that apex, and I literally cut him off, came wide, and literally passed in. The guy told me, was just like, I don't even know how you did it. So, I mean, it can happen. It can happen anytime, and that's why we try to do track days. So, you go out in whatever situations or circumstances, take it to the street, and then you have the skill set. But for you, you're trying to do track days. You're trying to race.
Right.
I mean, for me, I know a lot of racers. Obviously, I know Dawn.
Right.
I know a lot of other females that, believe it or not, I want to see them come up into the racing world. It's a real male-dominated type of world. I understand that. But if we get older, young, brand new, experienced girls, I should say, coming together and be able to uplift everybody, then, I mean, like I said, you've been all over different tracks.
It is so much fun.
Different tracks, haven't seen the same track, twice. I would love to do that. I mean, that would be my dream. Whether to have, a bike on the East Coast, bike on the West Coast, you can just pick up and ride, just having that experience at different tracks. I mean, that itself is a blessing.
Yep, I know that. It also makes your riding on the street a lot better. My riding on the street, I'm actually a lot faster on the street than I am on a racetrack. I'm not sure why that is yet, but...
Well, because, like I said, because you see all this other stuff moving around, you have all this open air around you. So you think that, you're going, or actually I would say you think you're going slow because you have nothing directly around you. If there was paint markers and little stuff like that, you wouldn't believe how fast. You'd be like, holy cow. He's like, yeah, I am moving it. But because you have pedestrians, you have paint markers, you have fire hydrants, you have all these little idiosyncrasies, almost everything around you, that gives you a sense of speed.
Gotcha.
Because you don't have that real sense of speed because everything's open. You got 40-foot wide, pavement.
Well, where I'm riding now is out in the desert, and there's not a whole lot of that. So it's actually like your own private racetrack. I shouldn't say that. Maybe on top of that.
I mean, no, but it's true.
It is.
I mean, plenty of people have their own little private racetracks in the back because...
But it's safer, really, here because we've lost some riders out in the desert because they land on rocks, and, you don't have that kind of stuff. Yeah, we lost one this year.
Oh, wow.
Just a couple months ago.
Oh, wow. So that is a danger.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a danger that could be avoided.
Yes.
And we could definitely get the next rider off the beaten path or the track, get them to a real track, and I would say boost their confidence. Not really knock it down, but definitely boost them and let them know, hey, you can go fast, even potentially faster if you do X, Y, and Z. Be safe, get some gear on, and...
Yeah, I met a few of them. They were riding in sneakers, just a jacket. Now I got them at Trackdayz. They're all geared up.
Kudos to you. I mean, you are a pioneer. You are a pioneer of the sport. Believe it or not, because of what you just said, because of what you did, I mean, you are a pioneer of it. So, I mean, I appreciate you with that.
Sorry.
Hey, we all got phones, we all got different recording devices and stuff. Hey, I ain't mad at you. But I mean, like I said, you are a pioneer of it, of the sport. And to have you grow and whether become faster, whether become a racer, just by you doing what you're doing right now, people need to know about it. That's why I do what I do. Because people don't understand that. People don't know that you can actually come from the street, go to the racetrack, perform way, way better, and have it translate back to the street. And you be able to ride safer.
Right.
I'm not going to say the other word, but the key thing is ride safer, have more conditional awareness, have more respect for the machine, instead of just, I know plenty of guys to this day who they refuse to use the front brake. Well, if I use the front brake, I'll go over, I'll do an endo. Who said that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I use the front brake all the time. I'm just like, I don't ever use my back brake unless I'm in the pit somewhere. It's like, other than that, I don't really use my back brake.
I think the thing I noticed when I did a first track day was I was more comfortable on my own bike out on the street. So that's how it helped me. I think made me a better street rider as I was more comfortable after doing a track day.
Like I said, for me, was about to become a professional instructor for the Marine Corps and Navy back in Hawaii in 2002, 2003, and being able to jump on different bikes, styles of bikes, kinds of bikes.
I'm doing that lately.
All sorts. I mean, I had to instruct a veteran rider on a Harley Davidson that he can actually turn his 800 plus pound bike, saddles, highway bars, everything. I mean, windscreen, everything you can imagine on that puppy. Make a turn in 15 feet. He swore up and down he couldn't do it. Like, yeah, you can. And my instructor put me under the bus. It's kind of like, here, Jordan, show him how to do it. And he's looking at me like, that guy's not going to get on my bike. He's like, yeah, he is. He's going to show you you can't do it. This is like, because I'm not going to do it. I'm working over here. I'm doing this. You're going to look at him and you're going to say, thank you so much, sir, after he's done. So after I showed him that you can't turn a 800-pound Harley Davidson within 15 feet, his jaw dropped. I was like, oh, here you go. I gave him the key. Hey, have your bike back. I'm going to go back with my little Suzuki 600.
Right.
Drag some knees. That's what we were doing, was playing around. And we was doing like, literally, I was elbowed out, dragging knees, doing circles. And he said we were showing off. I'm like, no, we're practicing. So, I mean, like I said, you are an entrepreneur. Did you hear about this, Brenda? I've been calling you Brenda all weekend. You should know this already.
She looks like a Brenda.
Doesn't she?
She does.
What did I miss?
Glenda. She actually had some people on the West Coast out in Nevada that she actually got them from the street where they was doing some potentially dangerous riding. We'll put it like that, off the street onto the track.
I was following these guys on leader bikes. I looked down and out in those roads, and I was doing 124 at my speed, and they were way ahead of me. And they're in sneakers and just a jacket. So,
Why do you think I got to the track?
yeah, so I got them all to go to a track day, and they all did their first track day. Now they're all got their pits set up. They got full leathers on. One's already in intermediate. He's doing way better than me. Pisses me off, but that's okay.
We're sitting at the shop. I go into the motorcycle shop and we're chit-chatting, and this kid's sitting on the bench, just, hanging out. And I'm like, hey, have you ever done a track day? So why don't you come out? You've never been on this track before.
You are an ambassador. And I told her, just like, she didn't know it. I was just like, you're an ambassador for the sport. Because if you didn't do what you have done, who knows, those kids would have probably killed themselves, done something stupid, got arrested. The endless list of things I can think of right about now we won't even go
It's
into.
the same, that's how I got to the track, was because we were on the streets. We were every Sunday morning, Ortega Highway in Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
We're carving up the mountain every Sunday morning. That's what you do. You go to the top, go down, go to the top, go down. Someone sitting in the corners taking pictures. Accidents are happening. We're like,
all over the place.
We're getting too stupid. Something's going to happen. We signed up for our first track day. That weekend, a week before the track day, my husband died on the Ortega Highway. So 3 months later, I did my first track day. Because I'm like, I'm done. You can't, but when you're in that position and you're there and it's your friends and your buddies and you don't think anything's going to happen to you. You don't think it's ever going to happen to you. I would rather have the speed and go down on the track anytime, any day versus the street.
I got pulled over up in Georgia mountains, and the cop was really mad. He was yelling at me. And he told me, he said, you're out here, and one of these days, you might be a good rider, but there's other ones that are not, and you don't know what's going to come around the corner, and your number's going to come up.
Yep. The chances of you going down on the track are just as great as the street, but the chances of you walking away are so much greater.
So much higher, yeah. So much higher, yeah. Not just talking about the gear. Obviously, the gear is definitely monumental in that aspect, but just having everything cleared out for you, so you can go your potential and then exceed that potential. You can't do that on the street.
Gear is super important too. The guy that died a couple months ago that I told you about, I had just had a custom back protector and chest protector. I don't have it today, but it's at home. It just got made for me. And I was putting it on, and I was showing the guys, and so I put it on underneath, and I told him, punch my chest as hard as you can or whatever. And he punched it, and he was actually with the guy that died. And he took his last breath. He said, James would have had that on, I think he would have made it. So gear's super important too, along with the track stuff.
Absolutely.
And just see time. Just believe it or not, yeah, everyone harps about it. I'm not gonna harp about it, but I mean, you always want to improve every track that you go to. That's
gotta scare yourself at least once. Every track day.
What was it, Sonia, right?
Yeah.
Sonia scared herself.
Yes, she did.
in turn three.
Yes.
She scared herself in turn 3 because I guess she didn't really know. I don't even know how to say it. She was right on line. And I guess the main thing is like she just got on the rumble strip just for a quick second. And I guess she just automatically assumed something bad was going to happen. That's part of the track day experience. You don't know anything but, okay, this is weird, it's bad. No. Lots of times it's a good thing. It's like, oh, I thought I was going to do it, and the bike just went around that corner. I didn't think I was going to make it. Do it again. You get comfortable with that. Next thing you know, now you're doing it faster. And like I said, it's a heart-based thing, but I mean, it's going to be seat time.
I agree.
And little freaks like me, who can learn a track in a half day. Not to say that everyone's the same, because Jake learned it. I don't think. I think he was here. He was doing like 125s. He was doing USGPRU.
Okay.
So I believe he saw the track before. But when he saw his R6 for the first time, actually I saw it before he did. But when he was on his R6 here before he went pro, he never saw the bike. So everything was brand new to him. Only thing he told him was, oh, here's my weight, yada, yada, yada. They set the sag. They gave him some Dunlop tires and stuff like that. At the time, it was pretty much one of the best ones. It's like, go out. So literally in a couple of practice sessions, he's setting track records.
How awesome is that? Living the dream.
It takes us a whole day to get the track down.
But I mean, like I said, you got to remember, the kid was like 14, 15 at the time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, anybody is pretty much a sponge
Yeah.
then. And that's why I'm glad you told me about giving out so much information during the track walk.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you.
No problem. Like I said, that's what I'm here for. But the key thing I probably will do next time is, instead of doing the whole thing, try to see what each person wants to learn from there. Instead of me rambling on for a whole, I
No,
think
I
it's like
thought you did the
45
track walk
minutes.
perfect.
Now for the novice, for us, it was
No,
perfect.
it
to
was
learn
perfect.
to see.
Absolutely. I had more fun today because of it. That helped immensely. Even her, I saw her riding doing the lines much better. Not that you were doing bad before, but that track walk, he like pointed out the specifics, and it was awesome.
I hope you tell CJ that. Because literally, if I tell him, or if I say, hey, everyone liked my track walk, yada, 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 I don't want to make it seem like, I'm trying to toot my own horn or anything like that. But if it's something that we can implement on various tracks,
Right.
like I said, for me, within about a half day, I can literally figure out a track. Whether if I'm there by myself or literally almost even walking it, I can literally figure it out because I've seen so many different lines. I've seen so many different tracks, even Daytona. I learned Daytona in 4 laps.
I think one of the first things that Bargy does with his racing school is the track walk, track
Yeah,
walk.
Ed's really good with that. Yeah. Uh, I didn't get it from Ed, but Ed was really good with that. But like I said, even for me, learning Daytona was a crucible for me because literally I was there, uh, got there late. VIR also. VIR, I had to learn that track within 3 sessions. I had to learn it in 3 sessions before my first race.
So let me ask you this: do they allow you as racers to go out and do a track walk before you?
Man, I told you, that's what I did in Mid-Ohio.
Okay.
As long as it's a cold track, have fun. But usually 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you no motorized anything. And even though people say track walk, they'll sometimes bring out scooters and stuff like that with MotoGP and World Superbike. you can actually bring motorized scooters or paddock bikes out there. But lots of times, if it's some club level, something like that, no motors. So that's what usually the general consensus is. Uh, but yeah, like I said, for me, I don't mind doing it at all. I prefer doing it before the track day or before everything kicks off. Because when you see the track before you actually hit it, even behind a coach or not, you already have an initial picture. So once you see that initial picture at speed, then it's a lot easier because, like I said, once you're at speed and you've got the lines down, then it's kind of like, okay, now you can easily work on body position or all that other stuff. Um, some people I've actually heard, I think it's an oxymoron or just a moron, that if you learn your body position and stuff like that first, you learn the track next. I can understand where they kind of come from, but it hinders because if they're working on body position, they're not really knowing where to go on the track, so that it's not really a double-edged sword, but it's almost like you're taking two steps back because then you have to learn the track now. Then you're not really worrying about body position now because you're worrying about, okay, I got to hit the same place, yada yada, and then it throws you back again. So, I mean, if we can do it, however, let me know if your STD group wants someone, or if they have someone. I would say, I wouldn't say tell them Jordan did this and Jordan did that and yada yada yada.
We do, yeah. We do track walks.
And like I said, you can pretty much see that how much it benefits. So I mean,
another organization I was with, we actually would take riders in the back of the trailer,
mhm,
tow trailer, and get into certain corners, and we sent Dwyer, Jeremy Cook,
mhm,
usually just two riders, but Tim Hunt,
mhm.
Stefano. So whatever track they were at, we would send two riders out, and we would stand on the inside of those turns and have these guys see it up close and personal, and watching their line, watching the speed that they're carrying, and being that close to them. It was just, I mean, oh my gosh.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Never heard of anybody allowing something like that.
Yeah. So we would go from certain corners, and
See the line.
out. They would do one cool lap while the truck was transporting to the next corner with riders, and then the next lap would be their speed lap, and we would be in position in a safe zone, obviously approved by the track, but you could see these guys, and to see them trail braking at that close, in the seat, it's like, oh, wow. And to smell the burnt rubber coming off their tires, to be that close. It's just an amazing view. So
Right when you said burnt rubber, I know exactly who you're talking about. And I will put it out there because Sean does it all the time. Stefano backs it in.
yes.
Tim's more power and smooth. Sean burns up the rubber any chance he gets. And I've raced, like I said, I've raced with Sean right before he went pro. The last time we actually raced together was in Daytona, right before they did a repavement. And coming in turn one after the tri-oval, he did the same exact thing. Turn one. Yeah, and I'm just kind of like, good Lord. This is even before the International Horseshoe. So, I mean, off of turn one, he was on a 600, I believe. I think it was on a Honda. So, yeah. So he's literally $165, somewhere around there, because he had the motor built by Sean Pyretto. Sean still was kind of like, let me do your motor. Turn one, boom, dives it in there about a good 85, 90 miles an hour. Exit speed had to be like 102 because his wheel speed was like 300. And he was just tearing it up. It's just like, oh, Lord. But I know who you're talking about when you say you smell that burnt rub. Like, I know exactly who that was.
For novice riders and folks who haven't had that experience to really see how fast these guys can go and to see it at a different perspective and at a different angle, standing on the inside of a turn like that, it's, oh my gosh, it was, loved it. We had such great feedback from that, and then we do track walks. So, yeah, it's definite, there's a lot of benefit to it.
Well, it's been 55 minutes. I'm not going to hold you guys up because we still got very little stuff to pack up.
I think they're actually helping Eric.
Oh, helping the hair. Alrighty then. Oh, throwing tires. So we're going to close it off on this note. We want to thank Dawn, aka Brenda. For inviting us into her mobile home, her palace on wheels.
And I have the original #1 pit bitch.
She's talking about me. Hope you know she's talking about me.
I wasn't
I was like, she knows she's talking about me. I was like, you know she's talking about me.
Now she's talking about her husband. She's a lucky girl.
I'm very lucky.
We want to thank everybody, including your husband or soon-to-be husband, because we haven't tied the knot just yet. Have not jumped the broom.
Sunday.
But Sunday, are you serious? Stop playing.
We leave for the Well, don't put this on Facebook yet. It's not Facebook official. Don't put it out there. We're getting married on Sunday.
Congrats. Oh.
I can't believe he's going to put up with me. Little does he know.
Crazy attached himself to crazy.
Good point.
People say maybe loves companies. Like, no, crazy attached himself to crazy.
That's more like it.
Because they understand each other.
Yeah.
My wife is crazy. She tolerates all this craziness that we do on a normal, everyday basis. So it's kind of like, why do you do it? Oh, because I love you. Yeah, you gotta love me. Because if you would, you'd be like, oh, heck to the no, take that stuff out. Yeah. I'm talking about tires in the house. I was kind of like, how did you smell this? VP fuel. I got put out because of that. I told her, like, hey, I have to test this, so I need to keep it cool before I put it into the bike. That was my excuse, and I stuck with it. All right, but yeah, I got flack for that. So yeah. But we want to thank you guys for inviting us out. Make sure you hit up legacytrackdayz.com. Make sure you hit up Glenda on her Facebook page. What's your Facebook page, Glenda?
Dawn Breda Thompson.
At Facebook.com. What's your email? So people want to harangue you either at Legacy Trackdayz or Southern Trackdayz and get in touch with you.
DawnsRR@gmail.com.
Lovely. And Miss New Ambassador of the Southern California region. But actually, she's not even that. She's like literally a trendsetter. She's a trendsetter. So you are ambassador of the world. Where can we get a hold of you if somebody wants to learn or even get off the track, even get off the street and get to a track? You may be the person to help them out. How can I get a hold of you?
Facebook, Alicia Connors, spelled Connors, and my email is aliciaconnors@yahoo.com, all lowercase.
At yahoo.com. Who in the world has a Yahoo account anymore? You know what? I can't even say that because I still see some people have AOL. So, yeah. If you have an AOL... If you have MySpace or AOL, and if your MySpace has an AOL account, I feel sorry for you. Until next time, make sure you guys keep it on two wheels. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your morning. God bless. See you guys later.